I'm your host, Kelly Morgan, indie author and indie publisher. Welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. Welcome to today's episode. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Author's Mic. Kelly here, indie author, indie publisher. And you know, today is Monday because I have a guest. Today I have Katja with me. She is an author. She's written a beautiful book, a spiritual book. And I just love when people come on and share whatever their creative spark was. And so I'm just so glad that you're here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. So good to be here and hopefully inspire your audience. And yes, my book is called Your Spiritual Curriculum. And this was a journey how I got to write it. And it promises 5 steps to make peace with your past and transform your future. So, as the subtitle says, you might guess that there was things in my past that I wasn't really in peace with. And that sparked me to, first of all, dive into a personal healing journey. As when I was just 16 years old, I lost a loved one to suicide, my first boyfriend. So, as you can imagine, being 16, it was an any age, of course, but like 16, you're still kind of growing and finding ways to cope in the world, and then losing a loved one, that put me into a very, very dark place for years. And it also put me on the spiritual path that I'm now. So that helped me then to start finding ways to make peace with my past, because so many years I was asking why. I was blaming myself. I wish that I would have done something different, been more, that he would have decided to stay. And then I found spiritual teachers that helped me on the way. So that then led me to start finding keys, answers, steps that help me. And later on, this became a book that hopefully now helps whatever type you might have in the past that is holding you back, that you will find then the keys and those steps that you can take to finally make peace with your past.
It sounds like by the title that it's kind of a how-to book, but are there places in the book where, you're giving people maybe like exercises or written things to do within the book to kind of learn these practices and then figure out ways to incorporate them?
Absolutely. Each chapter actually have exercises, like every step has things you can do. So if you really want to make difference in your life, I highly encourage the readers to do those exercises, taking that moment. And they are not long, but they are very powerful because it just helps to start shifting that perspective that life happened to me to life happened for me, as you start seeing your life from different perspective through the exercises that you will do. So I love practical spirituality, combining not only the information but actually making it practical so you can also follow me on that journey.
From somebody, personally myself, who has had, gone through their spiritual journey, there's a lot of information out there. How did you decide what to put in the book? And then how did you decide what not to put in the book? Because there's a lot of information on a spiritual journey that you can take in, and it can almost be overwhelming. So how did you make that decision?
I know that is a really good question because there is a lot, and there is also a lot of what I experienced through my journey. So, how to distill it into a book. So, what helped me was when I studied a doctorate in spiritual science, we had to there select certain methods. We had to there also have a test audience who was checking what worked for me And then I was checking if it works for them too, or was it just for me? And that helped me then to distill those 5 steps. Because I was like, oh, how do I choose? But then I found the core steps that helped me. And that's what I have in the book. And this came through the thesis that I did for my doctorate. And then I wrote this book as a more available level for others too, so they can get the information. And it was really the spark there during my studies that I felt the calling that I really want to share these steps because they are something I have tested and a test group has tested, so they do work.
So I think a lot of people, can relate to, looking for practical ways to kind of improve their lives. And I think a lot of people find themselves kind of on some type of spiritual journey. But what made you decide to actually go and publish this? Like what made you decide in like, okay, I'm gonna write all this stuff down, but not only am I gonna write it down, I'm going to actually take it a step further and I'm going to give it to the world for scrutiny. And two-part question, did you self-publish or did you go through a publisher?
So, what happened, and this is a brilliant question you made. I had my doubts. I have written fictional books before, and then I had a pause, and I knew in my heart that I'm gonna write my next book will be nonfiction. But I resisted because the writing process, it takes time, it takes dedication and all that. We as authors, we know. Like it's not just that easy peasy. And and then when I did completed my doctorate, there came time when I was like, now I got to I got to start writing. But then of course I started doubting myself. As you can hear, I'm a non-native English speaker. So I was like, I maybe this is not a good idea, and I wanted to pause. And then there was a moment when, if you believe in angels, I do believe them. I got this connection with Archangel Metatron, and that's why there is this symbol of Archangel Metatron's cube in the cover, because I got this message that I got to keep going. He's overseeing the work, he supports this work. And I was like, okay, I keep typing. And that was just the confirmation and the support that I needed that moment because we all have the moments of doubts. We all feel like sometimes, some point, questioning, is this really what I'm meant to be doing here? And when I got that connection, it just opened the door and I felt that there is support available. This work needs to get out there. And even if it helps one person, it was well worth those hours to put in the writing and editing and all that. And I did go with the self-publishing route. I have been in Hay House entrepreneur community for a couple of years, and there this book was selected twice as the get a honorable mention in the contest. So that was another like just like okay, you're on the right path. You are writing something that is valued and you're writing in a way that resonates with people. If I get a Hay House honorable mention, so I was like, okay, I keep going, and then I did go to the self-publishing route because I wanted to get this book out there faster. So now
Yeah,
it's available.
I hear that a lot. A lot of people, once they actually decide to publish the book, then they want to get it out there quickly. And there's all types of wonderful ways that you can do it yourself, right? Without not necessarily having to go through a traditional publisher, knowing that you're going to have to go that route and do the pitching and all of the stuff that comes with that. And sometimes it's just nicer to have full control, right?
Yeah.
And but now you just have to market the book. So if people are interested in getting the book, Where is it available?
The book is available now on Amazon, so you can find it there, your spiritual curriculum book. And I just would love people to get their copy. There is some reviews as well from people who have experienced my work. And of course, you can check in with me and my work if you want before. But I would highly recommend you getting the book if you feel that there is something holding you back from the past. If you feel that there might be some level of being a prison of your past, and if you are that person, you know what I mean when I say prison of our past, because I was there many years and then I found a key that set me free, and I hope to share this with you too.
So, how can people reach you? Do you have a website, a landing page? How can people connect with you?
Yes, so they can find me. My website is my name, and I hope that you put it on the show notes because
Well,
it
I
is
will.
from Finland. So the spelling is Katja Rusanen, KatjaRusanen.com. That's my website, and I'm in the most of social media platforms. Especially, you can tune in to YouTube. I do there meditations that can start this healing journey because it is, I believe, it is possible for us to make that peace with our past.
100%. Let me give everybody my laundry list of things before we end our conversation. So, you guys, I say this all the time. If you are creative in this space and you want to share this platform with me, it's very easy. Go to brightheadedpublishing.com, go to the Be a Guest tab, fill out the information. Boom, you're a guest. I swear it is that easy. If you are an author and you are looking for some inspiration or information on how to get that book out there, I've got a 44-page guide. It's free. Go get it. You can download it. It's a flip book and it's a PDF, so you can download it or you can watch it on your laptop. Either way, it's free. Go get it. If you are an author and you are looking to pitch a book club, we have one. It's called the IRS. We are just wrapping up our current book. Always looking for a new read. We don't know about your book if you don't tell us. And if you're a reader, we would love to have you join us. It doesn't cost anything. I would love to see this be a very big, robust book club because we only support indie authors. And lastly, if you want to support me, I have two books out there. Wait for it and You Sound White. You can get them from me. I'm happy to ship them to you, and I've got goodies and all that good stuff, but no pressure. You can get them wherever good books are sold. So, Katja, I've got to ask you, I think in this day and age, there's so much going on in the world, right? So much going on. And I think there's a lot of uncertainty. And so I think people are always looking for information that they can kind of take and incorporate into their lives. So if you could tell one person, I want you to pick up my book because this thing can help you immediately. I know exactly what you mean. What step out of the 5 steps in that book would you tell somebody this is a great place to start? Start here.
Well, I would recommend they go the steps in order, but the third step is such a key. And it was helping me to really shift from that, focusing on the pain and suffering, to finding the growth. And that third step is seeking the lesson. So start asking if you're going through challenging times, and I know there are levels what we need to work through when we are in that challenge. But what if you start asking, what am I learning here in a positive sense? And that might just take your mind. First, you might be saying nothing, like, this is horrible, what's happening. And in a human level, it is. Often we go through challenging times, and human level, it is such a challenging moment. But if we see it from soul's perspective, maybe you are learning to love yourself more. Maybe you are learning to set boundaries. Maybe you are learning to forgive yourself. Maybe you are learning just loving, which has been a great learning for me. So I just recommend that you start asking, what am I learning here? If we are here in Earth School, if we are here learning something through our life, what that could be for you. And that just might start shifting your perspective, and it might start opening up for you to see what's coming from those challenging life experiences in a positive sense, and really seeing that your past does not need to equal your future because you are growing and you are learning and you are moving forward.